Welcome to Funky's World. My leg hurts. Been using the walker. I have to ice it more times today. I also got the microphones going from the undelivered package, which I will leave in the cards at the end of the video. I did not put the windsock on because it would stay on. Excuse me, because it wouldn't stay on. So, doesn't matter. I've been using outside in a windstorm anyway, and I think it would blow it off. And these are noise cancellation, so you should hopefully hear my dishwasher. I did turn the volume down just a little bit because I had it blasting when I did my test, and made it sound like you were in a tin can. So I turned it down. And that'll be something I'll have to play with over time as I edit videos and see what it looks like. I never bothered to make a new video intro for this channel. Just haven't had time. I am going to finish writing October for KIDMISSING, and I was trying to find odd cases and stuff for Oddities October. Well, it turned into Indigenous October very quickly, so that's what it will be. And normally I don't do the unidentifieds in the theme of the month. In this case, I'm going to look for Indigenous unidentifieds because the population is so underserved. And there's a population that was in this country before we got here. Not only here, Australia, like cases from Australia, cases from Canada, and they're pretty much all indigenous. Whether you call them Native Americans, First Nations, Aboriginals, they're all indigenous peoples. They were there first. So that's why I say indigenous, because it encompasses all of it. So it's important to me to cover cases of underserved populations within the media when it comes to the missing, murdered, identified, that sort of thing. And they are indigenous peoples in all countries. They are black, they are Asian, they are Hispanic, they're underserved in white countries, meaning the US, the UK, Australia, Canada. They're not as put out there as a pretty blonde, blue-eyed girl. They're not the only people that go missing. And we need to recognize that. We need to recognize the males go missing, which can be even stranger, especially if it's an adult male. And we need to recognize that indigenous people go missing, indigenous people are murdered, more often than not by white people. That Hispanic people, black people, Asian people who live in these countries go missing, are murdered, unidentified. So I like to choose those cases if I can. If I can find it, What I find extremely sad is that I know if I find a black male and he's 15 to 25 years old and missing, chances are, when I click on it, it's going to say the last seen in the fill in the 100 block of fill in the street. And that's going to be it. And when you look it up, and research it, that's all you're going to get. There has to be more than that. If he was right, they'd be writing a novel. That is frustrating to me. Because it just means police don't care in these situations. And that's literally all they write. They don't do as much work on it, in my opinion. When you can say, in the fill in the blank block or fill in the blank street in fill in the blank city at around fill in the blank time, and that's all you get. I have clicked on countless ones. When I finally get one with a paragraph or so, I'm like, hallelujah, hear the angels sing, because you hardly ever get it. And I do those cases. The other ones will be a 3-second video. And it's sad. And I do research the names and come up with crap. Sometimes I get lucky and I'll research a name that only has something like that in it. Sometimes I just hit that alone. Shut up. Sorry, guys. And I'll actually find information. It isn't on the donut list, the Charlie Bucket, or any of the places you just have to eat, web sleuths, or whatever. Also, I wanted to tell you guys, and I keep mentioning this on the other thing, that there is a wonderful message board. There's a wonderful website called Sitcoms Online, and one of their message boards is Unsolved Mysteries. The show Unsolved Mysteries. You can get so many case updates on there, so much insight, and they have, separate sections on the board for cases not featured on Unsolved Mysteries. I love that. I can sit there for hours. My host name is Benoit Babe, I believe, and I believe that's my name on there. And you can find me anyway because the picture that I have as my avatar is on Stamp Coffee. And if you look at people's avatars and you're a big Unsolved Mysteries fan like I am, you can recognize, and you'll see people adding into their posts, I see your avatar so-and-so. That's this person from this episode. We're major Unsolved Mysteries people, so. But wait a minute, I recognize that person, even if I can't do a name, like, I recognize that person. Who is that? Or I know that case, and people have done it with mine, because mine is Little Miss Panasaki. Very recognizable, And she's an Unsolved Mysteries case that I so want solved. I still think if they did the forensic genetic genealogy, they would probably have an answer pretty quickly. And they would know for sure if she was Greek. Come on, Orphan! Or any of the other ones who do it. So, in my opinion, this is kind of a KIDMISSING behind the scenes video, what I go through in my thoughts, and, that kind of a thing. So, yeah, you had a preview of how I go through and things about me and work it out, you know. When I'm sitting there typing and trying to figure things out and whatnot, um, that's what I'm doing. And I have to call my pharmacist. So I'm going to say thank you for joining me. God bless you. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you soon.